We got ourselves Team 1 together with Kragar on Grimbatol. Looking good, my man. Again, I was just saying, I was trying to fight you before. We got Zaire. Oh, I love that Shadowman Warlock thing you got going on with the. Oh my God, it's just so simple. It's a simple mog, but I love the way his staff looks. We also got ourselves Advo going to be first up. Advo back in the demonology, looking like a wizard himself, going to be hunted. Looking to hunt down Advo with them demons. Going to be hunted. Got that like battle ready or battle hardened mog. Going in for Survival Hunter. Do they have glasses on? Gonna be human racial out of that stun as Advo does set up a pretty decent decimated bolt. That next bolt is gonna do a lot of damage. Looks like Advo is gonna commit a hand to go down on one of the pets of Hunted. Gonna be a couple of kill shots, but oh my God, this man is not in a great spot right now. Demonology Warlock with double Felguard. Advo still has 2 big demon bolts left to go. Going for a bit of a drain left on the pet. Has still 2 big goes. Could potentially take out Hunted. Mortal no way to stop us. I think it's gonna be over. Does fade down the second one. He does fade down the last one, but the stun comes out. The axe does, dropping him down with the amps. Oh, I think Advo just implosioned those amps too. He just sent them flying like missiles, flying in, just bombarding the boy. Just carpet bombing him from a distance. We got this fake taxi back in here again. I like this mog. This mog is really bad on the shoulders when you're trying to make thumbnails with it, but I like the way it looks from like a distance. The pixels just, it's so, I don't know if I could zoom in on the shoulders so you guys can see them without the pet attacking it. By the way, that pet damage is already getting taxi to about half its health. Advo going for a really aggressive stun onto fake taxi. There's gonna be some dots getting set up by that warlock. There's nothing Advo could really do. Fake taxi is likely just gonna let the Yue or Agades tick down onto the pet and go for a bit of a drain. Gonna be a quick resummon for a new pet for Advo as he's looking for a bit of a reset altogether. Taxi continuing to maintain the dots on the pet. Dots and Advo, and to maintain dots on as many pets as possible, at least Agades, because that's going to be huge value. It looks like he is putting enough dots even on Demon Doggers. That's going to be Yue getting something on Advo. Taxi could potentially have a big go. Advo does have a port. Both the Warlocks have the ports next to the same pillar. Going to be a Soul Rod. That's everything. Onto Advo. Full dots are maxed out. That's going to be Advo taking a load of dot damage right now as it's ramping on him. He's going to go for the Warlock Hellstone, trying to stave off this damage best possible. At least gets a bit of a drain. That's going to be Taxi killing off his own Dark Blade just so Advo doesn't have a target for drain. With a fresh new Wrathguard getting summoned up, Advo is just taking so much rotting damage. Taxi, I think he's basically won. Advo is so far behind. Unless this man goes for a big decimate bolt, he might be alright. Fiorent Taxi is able to at least catch up a little bit with a drain of life, able to catch up some form of health. I don't know if he got Mortal Coil or not. Looks like he does. But it's going to be Taxi immuning it with a Resolve Trinket. And going for a Mortal Coil into Advo himself. Got plenty of survivability. That Affliction Warlock with the Drain Life build is super scary good. It is super effective for a class that isn't a healing class. It does so much healing. Stun to Taxi that is going to force out. The stuns are weird, by the way, with the Resolve Trinket, because the stun will proc the trinket and consume it immediately. I think the stun effect precedes the interrupt effect. Advo tried to summon a Tyrant, just trying to make some kind of a play, some kind of a go, but the dots is on him. I think it's going to be over. Advo's just going to take out Taxi. Once you set up those dots, once you ramp them up with the Dark Glare, as long as that other class can't really like counter you, chase after you, or heal off of you, Taxi can just put up those dots and just AFK. I feel like sometimes the dots for Affliction Warlocks, at least in Shadowlands, have been taking more of a backseat. But I feel like with Taxi, the way he got it figured out right now, he's able to get some real value for it. That's going to be Succubus CC, put him on the open. Zaire is able to get himself a big old double Chaos Bolt into Fiorent Taxi. That's going to be Resolve Trinket, keep it immune. That's going to be Mortal Coil exchange for each other. Zaire does play normal Trinket. Taxi is eating that Mortal Coil for so much longer, that Blasphemy keeping him warm. That was a double Chaos Bolt set up by Zaire. Set up those Rain of Fire so you get a double duper with a stun to follow. That was actually super effective. But Zaire, I'm gonna mess up your name 100%. It's gonna be a second CC around the corner. Does Zaire have himself maybe another setup? Try to see if he can cancel line of sight. Taxi can't really do anything against this crowd control at all. Literally nothing you can do against the CC versus Zaire. He just has to take the CC unless he got a human ritual to make it out of massive damage. Oh, Zaire just popped up the heat out of nowhere. Just had a big old incinerator too. Taxi just absolutely blasted this boy out. I don't understand what even happened there, but Zaire apparently was able just to take Taxi. Is that to get 9 stacks pre? I think so, Taxi, yeah. I mean, he's playing through the Seer set. I know he's able to get like basic Rain of Fire before he has a go, before the duel starts. It is part of the tier set, So I want to say yes for now. It's something we can't really control in Taxi. But yeah, get a double bolt like that in the opener, that's just not going to feel good. How do you even say your name? Sahanem? Sahanem? I don't even know what that C with like a little tail at the bottom is. What that's supposed to be, what kind of sound that's supposed to make. But Senny? Can I call you Cinnamon? I'm gonna call you Cinnamon from now on, if you're fine with that. 5 minutes in a duel, Cinnamon having to deal with the succubus for a bit. Gonna be a slow. Zyre swapping out to a different pet. The succubus CC cannot really seduce a cat that easily. Cat in bear form, anything that's non-humanoid doesn't affect them whatsoever. Gonna be Zyre. Try to see if we can maybe back up out of there. That is gonna be a tier set out of Cinnamon earlier on with a Berserk. So there's going to be quite a lot of that. Majority of the big damage from the Feral Druid kind of gone. So Zyre might be able to make a play. It's going to be Decimate Bull getting set up. Cinnamon could potentially walk out of here. It's going to be Bonzaful breaking through a Fleshcraft, maim onto Zyre. Can't really do much about it. Is an orc, so it's going to set the stuns a little bit less. That does give opportunity with that maim to apply all the dots on the Zyre. Trying to go for a Chaos Ball, double Chaos Ball to Cinnamon. Not much you can really do about it. Maybe another Cinnamon to follow to see himself a big goal. It's going to be a big Incinerate, but the Bark Skin, quick interrupt to the Cinnamon. Not in a great spot right now. Trying to maintain the dots on the Zyre. Trying to see if you might be able to do something against the Warlock damage. Shot a few around the corner with the Cataclysm to follow. Zyre gets himself a massive crit with that Cataclysm. Gonna be Bonzafel. Does he force him out of there? Needs to stay with that crystal. Needs to be bound. Is gonna poke out a little bit early. Why would you do that to your own health bar and Zyre? It's just gonna press the assault. Quick interrupt to the Cinnamon. Can't really go anywhere. You only got this pillar. More to call. No trinket, so he's just sitting CC. If Zyre can get another back-to-back double Chaos Bolt, he's going to be in a fantastic spot. Another Fury to Cinnamon. That's got some double twofer, maybe. Oh, barely surviving it. How do you live in bear form with the friends and reach a Bonzafel? You're gonna have to walk out of it. Gonna put yourself back up to low. And Zyre just blasted him out of the open. With Derma gonna be up next, trying to go for a full cannon shot. It's gonna be a Resolve Trinket or Resonator. The grenade coming down. Gonna be Zyre trying to see if he can sneak away with a Fear. That's gonna be no interrupts on a Derma. Just trying to wait for until the last second. Not gonna go for the interrupt on the Fear. I think he was trying to see maybe it'll be yet another bait. Zyre does catch up with a Flesh Cap. Potentially could go for a port. Gonna be an interrupt on that Fear. It's gonna be potentially popping a cloak here. Maybe could be a mobility out of Zyre. Mortical, Fear, Trick is still available for Derma. He actually still has everything right now. Incinerates are flying. That is empowered Incinerates, I believe. From the Feral Druid. He never got to use any on the Feral, so he's now getting to blast out the Rogue with it. Succubus might come out for Zyre if it's fast enough. Derma trying to see if he can stop it. Couldn't quite do it. Looks like an auto attack got him back out of stealth, and that's going to be the Succubus adding onto that slow and potential crack control onto Dermo. Just gonna have to eat the Chaos Bolt. Is that a twofer? It is a twofer. Derma super low. Chicken side of it. Get a shot on Zyre. Try to see if it might be able to make Curing Burst happen. Cloak of Shadows. Just is no health whatsoever. Might just gonna go for advantage. Let's get a shot him on Sipping Up right now. That's gonna be second CC. Trying to make the Sipping Up less effective. That Bonzafel does miss. Derma hit it with a Mortal Coil, and Zyre has himself a good setup. Shadow Fury does have himself enough to finish. Derma half his health, so he might be okay. Fear could put him in a bad situation because he just can't move. Decimate Bolt Prime and Zyre for some big damage. Derma with that Vanish doesn't want to get hit by those Incinerates at all. Zyre tried to go for a Fear. Decimate Bolt Fear to chain the CC into Derma. Maybe could get a couple Incinerates. If those Incinerates leave his hands, they will hit Derma even if he vanishes. The Rogue chilling back in the stealth, does get himself a bit of a recovery, a bit of a reset. The Succubus is going to keep him out in the open. Maybe he could go for a Kirin to pick up. That might be available at this moment. Going to be a blind on Zyre. Trinket for the Warlock. Rogue does not have a Trinket. Fear. Zyre no longer has a Decimate Bolt setup, but he could potentially go for a stun or a Fear. Going to be a massive damage on the Dermo. Does get that execute. I don't know if he's running Shadow Burn. I think that might just be a Conflagration doing a ton of damage. But he does end up taking him out. My goodness. What's up, Rob? How you doing, my man? Gaming to Game AS was the most fun spec. Honestly, I'm starting to think it's Destruction Warlock, man. I'm starting to think once you get your 4-piece, this thing kind of slaps. That's going to be the Senior Lowy up next. As a Fire Mage with an Infernal dropping behind them. It's going to be Bonzafel. Oh, gets a blow, but they ult time. It's going to let him recover. Does ult summon some Zyre as he pops cooldowns. Does meet him with a breath immediately. And it's going to try to see if he can back out of there. Ring of Peace, or Ring of Frost rather, or Ring of Fire rather. I've named every ring ability besides the one I was looking for. That's going to be Cedar Lowy. Popping Combustion, but he's the one taking the most amount of damage. The Zyre just pushing the pressure. It's going to be Cedar Lowy potentially go for an Ice Buck. It's getting kind of low. We're at 11% dampening, 37% dampener. Not in a great situation. It's going to be Fel Hunter swapping out as the Succubus does go down. Satan Low, we're looking for a quick invis. Does he have dots on him? If you got that immolation still rolling. Looks like he's free of dots for the time being. Doesn't have a lot of health though. Can go for an ice block to recover a lot of health. And might need to. Maybe food instead. Zaire just kind of having to take the team to victory here. If he takes down Senior Lowy, then he'll have it. Going to be a flesh count, possibly an interrupt for Senior Lowy. That's exactly what he was trying to go for. Trying to see if he might be able to get. I don't think Zaire was trying to get interrupted. I think he was trying to maybe get Senior Lowy away from the pillar. Gotta be Zaire dropping in a mortal coil onto Senior Lowy with an execute chaos bolt. Was it just an instant? I think he just tossed out an instant bolt with the main instance after. But the bonds fell. Senior Lowy could be in big trouble. Potentially an ice block. I don't know if he wants to put ice block and cauterize together. Is gonna try to burn a Warlock Hudson from Tagsy just to give himself a bit more of a fighting chance. That's gonna be shifted power, but Zaire's gonna deny the nature cast. So you do get locked out on a nature spell when you cast shifted power, but you do deny that cooldown reduction. So if you can put pressure, deny him cooldown reduction, it could be pretty massive. Gonna be a poly with a Ring of Frost. The pet is gonna get CC'd. That's gonna be Zaire, can't really go anywhere. It's gonna be actually a grenade trinket on him for a second. I don't know if you guys saw it real quick, but Senior Lowy dropped him in the breath. Poly, ring, dropped a grenade in place. He just kind of walked around the corner. I think maybe he was trying to see if he might be able to chain a combustion out of that port, out of that grenade, the resonator trinket. But Zaire had the port available. Senior Lowy with a Nova, trying to stay away from the Fell Hunter. Zaire with a Mortal Coil, hits him with a brand, so at least it's exchanging CC. Polymorph does connect. I think the Fell Hunter had the line of sight. I don't know if he had interrupt available by then. Senior Lowy had no help whatsoever. If that Fell Hunter rips that shield, he got nothing. He actually has got nothing. He's so exposed. He might just die to the Fell Hunter. Wait a second. He just might die to the Fell Hunter. Shifted power. It's going to be cauterized. You're going to have to block this one. He's going to try to give himself a shield. Nova on the pet. Trying to blink in. It's going to be a small shield. Bomb for Desire. Is he just going to have to have a go? Because you're just going to die to the Fell Hunter. You're going to have to ice walk at some point. This guy is insane. Senior Lowy, I don't know. If this guy somehow survives it, I will be surprised. I will be amazed. Quick second BCC. No normal trinket for Senior Lowy. It's going to be Infernal dropping in. Zaire, I don't know if he has himself a double cast bolt. That's going to be over. Senior Lowy with an ice block. Not over. But I don't know how they can come back. I really don't know how they can return. Zaire in such a good position. You got a Flesh Scaff. You got every defensive available. All the CC in the world. Plenty of cooldowns rolling right now. Senior Lowy just trying to find a way to recover. They do have a combustion. Maybe they can make like a huge combustion play. Ring of Frost in those pets at no help whatsoever. That's going to be canceled. Is the cast? Seed pod. There's just no way. And Zaire just making sure the Seed pod dies. Cragger leaping in last second. Hoping to maybe see if we can get an execute. Cragger, we're going to get you guys back in here. I don't know why Zaire says him 3 out of... No, 4 kills. I guess one of them is Seed pod. Did Zaire go for 1v5 or 1v4? Maybe 1v4.